One of the most time-consuming and annoying parts of making YouTube videos for me is transferring files from my SD cards to my computer. And depending on what camera you're using, what file format you're recording in, and the length of your video clips, this can take ages. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you completely eliminate SD cards from your workflow. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Let me just give you a bit of a backstory on how we got to this point. I used to make videos in the traditional way. I'd sit down at my desk, I'd press record on the camera, I'd make sure my microphone was in the right place, I'd press record on my audio recorder. I'd then sit and talk to the camera for 35 or 45 minutes, then I'd transfer all the footage over, which would take another 25 minutes, then sync it all up, and then I was ready to start editing. I thought there must be an easier way to do this. There must be a more time-efficient way of doing this, and I dabbled with a lot of different methods. I started off by running the microphone directly into the camera. This was better, but it wasn't perfect, and I used to get a lot of interference. I could never quite get the levels how I wanted them. If I was using a condenser microphone, then I had to power that microphone as well. It was just a bit messy. It wasn't brilliant. What I really wanted was to have my microphone run directly into my computer. And this is what I did for a while. I'd have a condenser microphone mounted above my head and I'd record the audio directly into the computer using a Scarlett 2i2 and the phantom power. But I'd still have to transfer the footage from the camera to the computer. And that was a step I didn't want to do. So I looked at the Atem Mini and it worked okay, but the footage was in 1080. And I'm editing on a 4K TV, and the footage just never looked that great to me. It looked all right, it was passable, it didn't really matter, but when you're editing on a 4K TV, you want to make the most of it. You want it to look as good as it possibly can. So although the Atem Mini was great, it wasn't quite right. It wasn't the right solution for me. So I sold it. Then I started looking into different options. What I wanted to do was run a 4K signal from this camera into my computer and record it in 4K, not in 1080, and then the footage would be on my hard drive, ready to edit. Turns out there's a pretty awesome solution, but it's mainly used by streamers. I'm talking, of course, about the Elgato 4K 60 Pro Mark II capture card, but this product is generally used by gamers to stream content from either the PS4 or Xbox to Twitch. Nobody really uses it with a camera plugged in, but I've been using it for about 6 months, probably even longer than that, and I thought it was finally time I made a video about it. There are some significant benefits to this method, but there's also some pretty big downsides. Firstly, so I don't keep you here longer than you need to be, if you haven't got a PC, like a tower PC with a spare PCIe slot in it, you're in the wrong place. You need to be on PC, you need a spare PCIe slot. It's not going to work with Mac, it's not going to work with laptops. That's because this capture card plugs straight into your motherboard. There's no way around that. Secondly, you can only really have your camera about 10 meters maximum away from your computer. I've got mine about 2 meters away from me, and my computer's about another meter in this direction, so 3 meters away from my PC, but I put my camera in range of my capture card so I didn't have any signal dropouts. The last bad bit, I'm getting the bad bits out of the way straight up so you know whether this is the right solution for you or not. The capture software can only record up to 70 megabits a second, which isn't bad, but my camera is capable of filming at 100 megabits a second, so I am losing a little bit of quality when I'm recording directly to my PC, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it means it takes up a lot less storage than if I was recording at 100 megabits a second. It's a bad thing because I'm losing a little bit of quality. So now let's talk about some of the amazing benefits about using the Elgato 4K 60 Pro Mark II as a capture card to record YouTube videos. Firstly, I can see myself. I have a 24-inch monitor just up here out of frame where I can see a full screen preview of myself, just like the one you're seeing on screen now. Also, I can press record. I don't even have to lean over, which is quite a long way to this camera. I don't have to lean to that camera to press record, I can just do it here. Secondly, I can take the audio feed from this microphone and run it straight into the Elgato capture software. which syncs up with my video, and I can also make it mono. So when I drag it into my Premiere project, I don't even have to faff around with that. It's just ready to edit. The next benefit is as soon as I press stop on that recording, the file saves to my local hard drive on my computer, and I can drag it directly into Premiere and start editing immediately, straight away. Right now, if I press stop now, I could be editing in about 3 seconds. Madness. The benefits just keep coming. You've not just bought a capture device for YouTube videos, you also have now an amazing way to live stream. So I can run a 4K signal to Twitch, to YouTube, I can use it in Zoom meetings or Teams or even on WhatsApp. You've now got a really high quality camera feed that you can send all over the internet if you want to. This might be quite an elaborate solution to quite a simple problem, but it's the best one that I've found so far, and because it's 4K, I can just zoom into myself and reframe myself to mask cuts in my YouTube videos like you've probably already seen in this video. There, did one then. But I'm all about efficiency. I want this YouTube setup to be as efficient as possible. So when I'm in the mood to make a YouTube video, all I have to do is sit down at my desk and press record on this software, then just edit it. This video has probably taken me about an hour in total since I sat down and did the intro. That's an hour from when I pressed record to when I've pressed export. This method is so efficient that you can actually make a video as you go. So I've actually been editing this as I've been going along. I did the intro, then I brought it into Premiere, edited it, thought, right, that's good, onto the next section, did that section, brought it into Premiere, edited it, then onto the next section. This allows you to monitor quality control, so make sure your audio is not peaking, make sure you're staying in focus, and it also allows you to make sure that you don't miss any important sections. I remember when I used to sit over at my desk with a camera and a memory card and an audio recorder, and I'd film a whole video, then I'd get it back to my computer and the audio level was too high, or I missed a really important section out. In this method, if I miss a section out, I can just sit back down, press record the section, drop it in. It takes me as long as it takes to film that section. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that little insight in how I've completely removed SD cards. I'm gonna throw it again. That didn't go as well that time, from my workflow, and it is really game-changing. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and if you've got any questions about how to actually get this working, let me know in the comments section below, and I might make a follow-up video showing you exactly how all of this is linked together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again really soon.